Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kidna. If you're new to this channel is all about personal development, manifesting, and self love. And today we're doing a podcast on the full moon that's coming up. And if you hear some papers or some things moving around, it's probably me moving some papers or taking notes or my kids. Just ignore it, okay? Welcome back. And before I start, I want to say Happy New Year's to everybody. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers since I've started and to all my new subscribers. If you're new to this channel or if this is your first time coming to this channel, like I said, is about personal development, manifesting, and self-love. In today's video, we're going to talk about the full moon in Leo, which is coming up January the 25th at 12:54 p.m. Okay, so I'm going to dive in and talk to you more about what that energy of the zodiac sign of Leo, what the three things you should focus on, and know which house your Leo is in. Okay. Now, to know exactly the house your Leo's in, you need to know the exact birth time. If you don't, just go by the energy of Leo. That's why I do these videos, because not everybody know the exact times they were born. But if you do know, there's a lot of different websites you can go for free that you put in your birth date, and it will tell you your rising sign and the exact houses where all the signs are and the planets. Okay. Okay, so let's dive in. Let's talk about the full moon in Leo, which is going to be January the 25th at 12:54 p.m. Okay? Let's first talk about the sign of Leo. When I hear the sign of Leo, the first thing I think of is the spotlight, the sunshine, because Leo is ruled by the sun and it's the spotlight. You're right there. It's lighting a shine on you. You can see it. Okay. That is what Leos represent. And I also see the feistiness, the boldness. Leo is those type of energy that whew, it's a very powerful energy of its own, and it's associated with the fifth house. And if you're not familiar what houses are in astrology different areas of your life that you need to work on, and whatever particular sign or planet that rules that house. For example, the first house is associated with Aries, and the planet Mars rules that house. And depending where your birthday in your chart, you need to figure out what's in your first house, what planet rules that first house. For example, my Leo is in my 12th house. So that is ruled by the planet Neptune. And originally, the sign that's comfortable in that house is Pisces, but Pisces is in my seventh house. Okay, too much details. So let's dive in with Leo. So, with Leo, like I said, if you don't know where your particular sign of Leo is in the house, just go by the energy in which is Leo is associated with the fifth house. The fifth house is all about fun, your pleasure zone. Also, the main focus of the fifth house is your inner child. I know it's a lot of different things with the fifth house, but a little trick: associate the fifth house with your inner child, that playfulness. Okay, there's a lot of things in the fifth house, but the main focus I want you to realize is about Leo is that playfulness, that energetic, that happiness, that sunshine. Leo is all about being in the center of attention. Okay. That's the energy I see when anybody's talking about Leo. Now, we put it in the 12th house. Okay. My, for example, is in the 12th house. If, like I said, if you don't know too much about astrology, the 12th house has to do with spirituality, but a little not trick tip, when you hear anything about the 12th house associated with mindset, your subconscious. Okay. So when I think about the 12th house, it's your mindset, and Leo being in my 12th house, that shines a light in my 12th house. Okay. So that's my sunshine. That's my, where I get my joy and just inner work, inner child, and just wow. Yeah. So, okay. So we are diving in now. Full moon's coming up. What we do in the full moon, I want you to focus in three things. Number one, when you have a full moon, you let go. You have gratitude. You forgive. Okay? Because the new moon is a time where your cup is empty, and it's time for you to decide what new things you want to bring in that area of your life, which is the houses or whatever planet is ruling the house. Okay. And if people observe and you do your meditation, journaling, whatever your preferences and your spirituality, if you really sit down, observe your life, you will be directed and guided clearly. But you have to be working in some kind of um, spirituality to get the promptings or the guidance. Okay. You have to really be paying attention to what is going on in your life, because it would tell you what you need to do, what new things you need to do, which is the new moon, and what things you need to let go, have gratitude for, and what has come highlight fulfillment in the full moon. So the full moon is just telling you what you have to let go, what things you have to let go that's not serving you anymore, to bring in the new things, okay, in that area of your life. Okay. That's why they have the new moon and the full moon. The full moon, your cup is full. Can you imagine a cup of water is full? You have to drink it, right? It can't just be sitting there. You have to release, let it go, to bring in a new one. Okay. And then we have gratitude. Show gratitude for what you received or what you have already in your life. And the last one, forgive. Forgive things that happened throughout that whole entire time. What did you learn? What lessons did you learn? And once you know the lessons you learned, did you forgive yourself for whatever or whoever, whatever happened? Thoughts, ideas, people, places, experiences. Let go, gratitude, forgive. Okay? So the full moon is all about those three things: let go, have gratitude, and forgive. Recap: if you don't know your exact birth time, just go by the energy of Leo. Leo is the sign of playfulness, children, helpful, energetic. Sun is ruled by the not planet, sun, which is associated with the fifth house. The fifth house is all about children, parenting, creativity. It's all about your inner child, When I hear the fifth house or Leo, I think about the inner child, the leader, um, just the coach, the motivational speak, like the person who's the stage, who's center stage, and you just sitting there watching them. That's a Leo. It's time to be bold and step into your power when I hear anything about Leo. But in order for you to do that, again, you got to let go, gratitude, and forgiveness. Okay. Um, okay. So we covered that. I don't think there's anything else. So I would recommend you um always do some kind of form of writing something down that can help you understand your your chart. And if you're not familiar with your chart, get your chart. If you are not comfortable or know anything about your chart, then I would recommend you start learning or pay to get a class or keep on studying. And that's something if you want to. Necessarily, you don't have to, but I know one thing: for you to move um, in this life, you have to know yourself. And one way you need to know yourself is who you are, your sign. And there's more to astrology than your sun sign and your moon sign. There's the rising sign. Uh, there's more. A lot of people just in general know their sun sign, but there's so many different signs. There's your rising sign, which is overall tells you which is your first house. There's houses. There's so many things that goes into astrology and numerology and stuff. And I would say if you knew into this, the first step would be meditation, which is a unique form of itself. You have to find out what works for you. Okay, so let's recap. Leo, when I hear that sign Leo, all I can hear is the fun, creativity, children, your inner child. Just imagine your inner child just wanting to go to the fair and just play and be free and just laughing and having fun, you know. It's associated with the fifth house, which the fifth house is about creativity, again, children, sexy time, just being your pleasure zone. Okay, so this is the time for you to take and release anything that's no longer serving you, whatever area of that house is. I don't know what area the house everybody's in that's watching or listening. However, I can just tell you by my house. My Leo is in my 12th house, which has to do with your deepest fears, spirituality, mindset. So I have to let go of something that's no longer serving me, some kind of fear or spirituality or some kind of thoughts or mindset or ideas or experience. I have to let go. Work on my self-conscious, okay? I have to give gratitude from what I've learned through this past month. I have to forgive what, just forgive, you know? I have to forgive myself for not doing the best or wanting to do the best. Okay? For example. So, oh, Give me a second, guys. My computer. Okay, we're back. Okay, so let's recap. Leo full moon is gonna be January the 25th at 12:54 p.m. The ruler of this full moon is the sun. Okay, so get your journals out and start writing your what you want to release from your life, whatever area or whatever energy that goes with that. You could be like, I want to let go of not being more creative. I want to be more creative, so let go of being lazy, for example. I don't know, just giving you for an example. Or you could be, I'm grateful that I'm bold. Some people are naturally bold. Some people are like, I have to forgive myself for not being bold. Okay, so get out your notebooks, start writing things down and letting things go. One thing also I would recommend is a good time when the full moon comes around, clean whatever clutter physically in your house or your car or whatever, or in your mind. A full moon is not only just for you to do your emotional work and manifesting, it's also good when you do physical things too, to help. Like when the full moon comes around now, I would clean whatever's not serving me in my house or in my car, just throw away, and I would thank it for serving me at that time, to bring in the new. Okay. So again, recap: Leo is all about fun, creativity, children. It's associated with the fifth house, which is about sexy romance, creativity, children, parenting, inner child, fun, your pleasure zone. So we have done that. Now it's time for you to get your notebook and your pen and write things that you want to let go, what you're grateful for, and forgive whatever person, place, experience, or yourself or things. Let it go. Write in your notebook. Do whatever you feel comfortable with, because this is your journey. And get ready for the new moon that's coming up. Okay. And like I say, if you don't know your exact houses that your Leo's in, go by the energy of Leo. If you do know your exact birthday, I will have the link to a site I go to. Now, this site is free. You shouldn't have to pay for your chart. So don't ever pay for your chart, because I know some charts out there, some site they ask, but no, I no, I'm not doing that. Okay, so again, full moon. And don't forget to get your self love journal at my store, at the Lulu bookstore. I have the self love journal and I have the abundance journal. Um, yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time for the new moon. Thank you. Bye.